National Signing Day is finally here, and it has already started off with a boom, and we have got to get into it. But before we do, I want to ask y'all a question, and I'll pin it down below. Do you believe that Kamar Wheaton will be able to crack the rotation next year for Alabama? Give me a Y for yes and an N for no, and let me know. And you know, that kind of goes and spoils one of the talking points we're going to be talking about. But y'all, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We do constant college football content, player reviews, film analysis, you name it, we talk about it, and I'd love to have you along for the journey as we push towards 2,000 subscribers. Like the video, drop a comment down below, and let's hop straight into it because there is a lot to talk about. First off, major signing by the Oregon Ducks, grabbing four-star corner Avante Dickerson. This is a huge get for Oregon, and we've been talking about this week how the Pac-12 might be in a position where we see a rematch of the Pac-12 championship from last year. Oregon and USC, and Oregon and Cristobal have been killing it on the defensive side of the football in recruiting. And it's interesting because Oregon has been one of the bright spots out of the pack as far as recruiting is concerned for the past 2 years. USC is really starting to ramp up their recruiting, and it's really starting to match Oregon, but Oregon is the leader in that conference as far as recruiting is concerned right now. And Oregon and Washington are the only two teams out of the pack to actually make a push at the playoff. Aside from Avante Dickerson, though, let's talk about what I believe is the biggest signing so far in National Signing Day. Now, Kamar Wheaton had already given a verbal commitment to the University of Alabama, but a verbal commitment in the recruiting world, it doesn't mean a whole lot, right? It depends on the individual, but it essentially means maybe. Well, today he finally put pen to paper and is now an official member of the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is one of the best running backs of the past few years. I mean, this kid is really special. For those of you that haven't seen him play, just go check out his highlights because there's really not an area of his game that he isn't very proficient in. He's got good size, he's already got a good build, great burst. He checks all the boxes, and I know Gillespie has to be beside himself happy that now he gets to add in Camar Wheaton, another 5-star to an already loaded backfield. Y'all, I'm going to put this into perspective real quick. Brian Robinson was a 4-star when he was, ended up coming to the capstone. Jace McClellan was a 5-star before he got injured, and he didn't drop down to 4-star because of play. He dropped down to 4-star because he was injured and just didn't have the ability to keep playing because of the injury. And in that situation, what are the recruiting agencies supposed to do, right? So Jace McClellan is technically a 5-star. He'll always be a 5-star to me. Trey Sanders, 5-star. And then I don't know if you've seen the pictures of Killian Robinson and how he looks right now, but you have to be excited for him to be coming back. And now you add in the number 2 running back in the nation, 5-star prospect Kamar Wheaton, who is worth every single star he has been given. Guys, I don't think it can be understated. What he can do is really unique because he really checks all the boxes, right? There's been a few running backs over the past few years that I really feel like check all the boxes when they come out. Trey Sanders was one of those guys, and Kamar Wheaton is absolutely another one. His burst, his power, I mean, it all looks to be on display, and I think we'll see glimpses of him year one, but you have to be excited if you're an Alabama fan, because you remember when I talked about in the Florida video the other day, if you have an entirely new offense, a new offensive system, a new quarterback, the best way to get it going and get it rolling early is with high-level running back play and high-level tight end play. Oh yeah, by the way, Alabama returns their best receiving tight end, Jaleel Billingsley, and now gets a 5-star running back to tag alongside of technically 2 other 5-stars and a bunch of 4-star backs. You know, we still need to wait, Tide fans, for the commitment of Terrion Arnold later today, and there's been this notion floating around, and I've seen it a lot, that Alabama didn't have room. I saw it a lot from OU channels that Alabama didn't have room and that Kamar Wheaton was going to be going to Oklahoma. And the reason is because they said Alabama was pursuing Terrion Arnold instead of Kamar Wheaton. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying those channels are wrong. I'm just saying that I have talked to people who cover Alabama very closely, and I've never heard that notion. I don't know where that notion came from, but I've heard it a lot. I don't know whether it was just kind of a copium thing, or whether or not that information was actually disseminating out, because I've been looking for it and I can't really find it. So I think that that's mainly rumor. Alabama still looks to be in a good position to go after Terrion Arnold later, but he is going to be a coin flip between Bama, Georgia, Florida. So y'all stick around, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be back periodically throughout the day covering all of the madness that is National Signing Day. That's it. See ya.